On March 24, 2015, at 9:27 a.m., an Airbus A320-211 operated by Germanwings, flying from Barcelona to Dusseldorf, contacted the Marseilles en route control center. Initially, everything appeared normal as the captain confirmed clearance to an en route waypoint at 9:30. The aircraft was obliterated, leaving a vast debris field with small fragments. The severely damaged cockpit voice and flight data recorders were recovered within days, revealing a chilling sequence of events. After the plane reached cruising altitude, the captain left the cockpit at 9:30 for a brief bathroom break. During this time, the co-pilot altered the altitude settings and locked the cockpit door, preventing the captain's re-entry. Post-2001 cockpit security measures, designed to thwart hijackers, allowed the co-pilot to override emergency access codes by switching the door to lock mode, effectively barring the captain. However, within minutes, the aircraft's altitude dropped to around 30,000 feet, nearly 2,000 feet below its assigned cruising altitude, and continued to descend. Marseilles controllers attempted to contact the flight crew multiple times over various frequencies between 9:34 and 9:39, but received no response. The French air defense system and another aircraft also tried to reach Germanwings Flight 9525, to no avail. By 9:40, radar contact was lost, and at 9:41, the plane crashed into a remote mountain in the Alps, triggering a distress phase. The crash site, inaccessible by road, required helicopter deployment for emergency crews. Despite the captain's desperate attempts to break through the reinforced door, recorded as violent blows on the cockpit voice recorder at 9:39, he could not regain control. The plane continued its descent, and all 144 passengers, for cabin crew members, the captain, and the co-pilot perished, including an entire school class returning from a trip to Spain. He joined Lufthansa's flight academy, but paused training due to a severe depressive episode. Treated with antidepressants and psychiatric care, after being declared in remission, he resumed training, but faced scrutiny when he falsely denied his mental health history on a US FAA application. Despite this, he was allowed to continue and joined Germanwings in 2013. By 2014, his depression resurfaced, accompanied by hypochondriacal fears of blindness and emergent psychosis. He sought treatment, receiving psychotherapy and antidepressants, but continued flying despite multiple sick notes declaring him unfit. The captain, 34-year-old Patrick Sondenheimer, a father of two with thousands of flight hours, fought to save the plane until the end. On the return flight, he deliberately crashed the plane. Despite mandatory health screenings, the co-pilot's mental health issues went unreported to his employer, as pilots operate under an honor system for self-reporting. His doctors, aware of his condition, did not break confidentiality to alert authorities, possibly due to Germany's strong privacy laws or a belief that he posed no public risk. His wife later established a foundation in his name to support children and young people coping with grief. The co-pilot, a 27-year-old passionate about aviation since childhood, had a history of mental health struggles. For days before the crash, the co-pilot researched the Airbus A320 cockpit door, its locking mechanism, and tested descent settings on the outbound flight. In response, the European Aviation Safety Agency introduced stricter psychological screenings, and some airlines adopted a two-person cockpit rule, though Lufthansa later phased it out. Germanwings was rebranded as Eurowings, a decision made before the crash. Lufthansa compensated victims' families, though debates persist about the adequacy of the settlements. This tragic incident, while rare, underscores gaps in mental health oversight in aviation, raising complex ethical questions about doctor-patient confidentiality and public safety.